word, everybody? It's Mac from Fishscale Trap Collection. We're back here at the factory for another Fishscale Friday. We got my man Chris from Bannana Clip.
What's going on, y'all?
If you want to just introduce yourself to the people.
So my name's Chris. I run Bannana Clip Productions. We're a production house specializing in photography, videography, just creating all kinds of different content, and ultimately just a platform for future artists, just for the city entirely.
So first question I have is what's kind of the first thing that made you want to pick up a camera, and what like kind of influenced you to start doing this?
Well, at first I was actually in like a rap group growing up back in the day. Shout out Everyday Dynasty. But during that time, we were just kind of all trying to make music, and it was just a lot going on at that time that I felt like I wasn't even making music. I wasn't even in the booth or whatever. So I picked up a camera instead to accommodate for content that we would need. And ever since then, I pretty much started there and started doing small stuff like photos, pictures. Worked my way into just recaps for them during their shows. So I did a lot of early local rap shows, especially with people like Plains and stuff. Shout out JT and over at Plains. But that was a great time. That helped me learn just a passion for something new, rather than doing the same thing everybody was doing already. Like at first I wasn't as necessarily trusting in picking up a camera. It was just more what am I kind of doing with it. I was going to school at the time as well, so I had my mind on other things. But I always knew I had the motivation for creation ultimately with anything. But after that I did a bunch of prank videos in the city. I was the 303 Boys era, if anyone knows that. That was a great time. Me and my boy Anthony McGinnis and Drew Mulberry, we just did a bunch of prank stuff. I was always that's how I got into even knowing about how to use a camera really, and editing software and stuff like that. Because I would sit there with the guy who was shooting our stuff at the time, and I'd just pick up off him, and pretty much needed to pick up a camera for things like that as well. So that helped that situation out. We did that for a couple of years. It's pretty. We got some funny videos still out there, still posted.
Okay. So at what point did you decide to kind of make it into a real brand, a real business with Indie and Bannana Clip? When did that kind of moniker first come and
Well, during the time when we were doing these rap shows, I linked back up with Fidel over at Favor. It was crazy how things come full circle, because I've known the guy my whole life, and it was just a cool thing to be around people who were doing the same thing, and took an eye for what vision he had coming forth with Favor, and just saw it as something I could do further with my camera skills, whether that ended up leading into the music videos I did, and just being a part of the culture out here, and wanting to do something big with something, and believing in it, and understanding this could help this person as well as myself overall. I'm down for that kind of ride. And so I kind of I was in college and at the time too, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And as I started doing linking up and down, we started doing pop-ups. Eventually I started shooting concerts and festivals, which was the greatest time. I was really young doing that kind of stuff, and as much as I was popping off and going crazy, I felt like there was nothing that was I felt like there was a drop off in what I'm doing. There wasn't, nothing was being stamped almost like how a brand should be. carrying forward something that's like, no matter what I do, it'll always go back into something I'm building, right? Rather than me just being, a shooter or just, just having a name out there or whatever, And so like that took me actually a couple of years. Once I figured out like I needed to make a business for this and like brand myself, it took me like, a couple of years just to figure out a name. I was just going through ideas. Had a couple, the rebranding ideas and things like that. But ultimately, I had the, knowing what I wanted to do, and the eureka moment happened actually like the name Bannana Clip. I was actually like sitting at the friend's house. We were just chilling in the kitchen, like listening to music, and I'm still going crazy in my mind about like what am I gonna call this thing or whatever. And we're listening to music, and the song "Brand New Guy" by A$AP Rocky comes on, and in the very beginning he says, what does he say? He says "Banana Clip on that chocolate," right? And when he actually said that lyric, and we were just chilling like it was nothing, like it hit my head, like as soon as I heard Banana Clip, like I was like video clip, like any kind of clip. Banana is like nuts, like wild videos, streetwear, wild anything, and it just started like snapping off my head, crazy. And I was like, this is the name, this is it right here. And it was just once that happened, then it was like, all right, now how am I really gonna like create this thing, And that was such a crazy moment, honestly.
Crazy how like little things like that can kind of just inspire, like you said, inspire a brand.
It literally like, not having, being lost, not knowing what to do, but just at least taking the direction, you start to find a way to the things you start to conceptualize and visualize ahead of time, and you can like put that effort forward, you manifest these things after all. Most definitely, I've had, some very, very great moments with picking up this camera. Some shit like I can never take back. It's just beautiful. It's got me to where I am today. So.
So with all that being said, like, what would you say your favorite kind of things to shoot are? Whether it be like you said, the festivals, the concerts, music videos. You do a lot of brand stuff for me. I'm sure you do for other people too. So kind of, what is your favorite thing to shoot?
To be honest, at least for right now, I feel like there's so much I haven't tried yet that I want to do. Like one day I want to shoot a movie. Like I don't know if I'll like it or not, like doing that process or not, or whatever. But as far as like just being maybe just ultimately like creative, like it would have to be shooting a music video, but like having like a budget, crazy budget for that, Like when I have had these budgets, like I'm able to just create freely, no limit. Whereas like other things kind of have a very strong direction. A song can have a very strong direction, but like as far as like being able to work with the types of equipment like, all around, like so doing like a music video, a high budget music video, like bringing all that together, the team, bringing the whole team on, like orchestrating that, like it's like it's a weird kind of just like hunger to be like just a leader, really. Like I like doing big projects like that because it's just so many great people coming together to do something. But that's like what I would love to do the most. But I would say the most fun I've had though would be like shooting festivals. Like as far as like more party scene, great times, great vibes, music. But I've shot at like huge places. I've even shot at Red Rocks. Just the atmosphere in these places are you can't take. You're right there, and like especially if you're a fan too. Like you're just right there with one of your favorite artists, even shooting them. after a while though, you can go deaf, like just being, there. So there's some takeaways to it, and but like one thing, if I could, I want to start going back to film a bit more of that too,
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that more festivals kind of like years, especially in the summertime.
I'm happy for it. I mean, we need this stuff back for sure.
Right. So,
I also like photography though too, Like I'm stepping more into film now. I've always done digital, but I've had a good time with that. And there's still much more growth to be had in there, but like film is like definitely something I'm like starting to have a very strong interest in. Like I said, it's just trying new things that I haven't even done yet. Like I fall in love with. It keeps my me feeling like young and onto some shit. So
right, for sure. That makes sense. So at what point did you start wanting to incorporate like clothing into your brand? Like I see you got the Banana Clip hat. Early has that King Coin with all the bananas on it.
oh yeah, that's right. You guys still have that one.
Yeah, sure.
That's fire.
So like, what made you want to first get into clothes as well as the media type of stuff?
Well, I mean, just being partners with Fidel, just working with creatives who are in the industry as far as like creating products like merch and branding products, and not just like doing it, but like being right there, hands on. I learned how to screen print through this, and, through them, through factory. I help just learning how to do the process of something new again, just a different medium, like painting or whatever, but like making clothes, like even like the one-on-ones that I've made and the short ones that I've done have been fun and really needed to add something to what I was doing with Bannana Clip, because I always felt like it definitely is like it's just so versatile, like it needs to have not only like merch, but it also needs to I also want it to have like even like more fashionable like things like one-on-ones or whatever, and that just allows more doors to be open. That allows more profits to be made for sure. But overall, just like again, like even just Banana Clip, like trying to expand that like all around the board, so it's just like it's a complete thing for people. If they love it, they can support me in what I'm doing by having buying merch, buying something real. They see the videos, they see what I'm doing creatively, but it's like okay, sometimes as an artist you need to sell something too, so I get my little Virgil on going with this stuff, and it's great just being around again in the space and environment to do it because it's all right here at my fingertips. It's like a no-brainer.
Right. And some people might want to support, but they don't necessarily be in front of the camera. They're not an artist.
100%.
But still want to support you and what you got going on. So that's
100%.
So how would you kind of describe your style of videography or style of videography to something that's maybe like not really seen any of your work before?
I mean, growing up doing this stuff, it was more like and all honesty, it's like looking up at like Cole Bennett, right? That was like the first person for sure I was inspired by to like really like chase something like this. And so like a lot of my growing was just looking after his videos, like and taking some and trying to do it my way, But overall, I've always loved his creative style, but it's like I wanted to incorporate that, and then. There's really just all across the board right now. There's like some crazy videographers out there, from editors to just shooters, directors, and as you grow, as you get networking yourself and just like understanding the community within it, did I start to take a little bit from like everybody in a sense, just to learn, just to grasp the idea and do it my way. Ultimately, I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm trying to see what they did in this problem, this predicament, or what did they do to solve these things? How creative can a video get? And really, like, I mean, I would say like my early years were definitely Cole Bennett, and I'm still pretty much right there, and as far as like wanting that kind of style, but like I've yet to like truly tap in to like a personal style yet. I feel like, but for now, I would just say like I'm very versatile. Like I can do all across the board, you know, from basic running guns, crazy effects. You know, I've done crazy effects, but sometimes it's like I don't believe. You don't see, not every video out there has crazy effects and is getting millions of views. You know, so that's not always like. It's fun to do those things, but I like being super cinematic sometimes because that's even working with different kinds of gear. Different levels of post production when it comes to color grading, when it comes to just putting sound design together. But like I said, just being like right now, like my main goal again is just to be versatile. Like you show me a video, I can make that happen. Like, I know how to do. I've been doing this for a long enough time that I'm pretty grounded and sharp in these areas to accomplish anything.
Yeah, you definitely see like versatility because like I see a lot of like animation in your videos and then some videos like that black and white one, 18.
Which one was that? 16 grams?
Yeah.
That one was hard.
Right.
Yeah, that was hard.
But it's like a lot different than like some like the animated type ones that you've done before.
Right.
So
there's all kinds of stuff I want to try still. Like I said, I'm still growing too. So it's like, there's like from stop motion animation that I want to work with. I'm even jumping into 3D space. Like I just see so much happening right now that like, there's certain avenues to jump into for sure right now like that. And creating these worlds, creating something different, and leveling up myself and my own skills, and adding that to my portfolio.
Right. Yeah. Sure. So who are some people or some artists that you've worked with before that you enjoy working with? And who are some that you like look forward to working with?
Is that like just anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody? As far as like people that I've worked with that I like, that I enjoy, like great chemistry, like we've kind of done that. I would start off by saying like Aqua. Aqua's a great artist, very underrated here in the city. His music is you can go match anybody. You know what I mean? He's got some hits for sure. He got hits, and like I said, he's been slept on it. But me and him, I know when we shoot, this video is about to be nuts.
Right.
Even if it's simple, like it's still gonna be fresh. Like we complement each other well, and like what's crazy, what I like about his music is he's helped me to be better. He's helped me to go harder because the man's going so hard. It's like I need to be able to step myself up for that. And sometimes, not every project needs to be all crazy, but like I said, it just helps me grow. JT's a great artist. Me and him always knock shit out pretty smoothly. I like working with him. I started working more so tight with like Ox Dior now. So me and him are starting to build a chemistry. Like we're starting to. He's doing his thing, man. Shout out Ox. We got a couple more in the vault. We just dropped one recently. And like I said, it's just like working with those artists. I like working with them because there's some pretty hungry, motivated people for sure. I've had chemistry and I'm building chemistry. There's a couple other artists for sure out there. I can't really like name off the top of my head, but like I've worked with a lot of great people for sure. I guess people who I want to work with. Man, I mean, if I ever get the chance to, I would love to like I've worked with like Pierre Bourne, but like I did some some stuff for him on the side or whatever, but like shooting like a music video for him, that would be crazy. I would love to shoot for him. You know what I mean? Someone else like it'd be dope to get like a Yeet video, but that's something I would more want to like direct and put a team behind around. for sure working with, regardless. Even like, there's a lot of underground. There's so many. I would love to work with like all the ones I would want to choose. And it was definitely motivation to keep grinding.
Yeah. So what's next for you? Like, you have anything in the new futures, like on the plate or anything like that? Like, what you got coming next?
So I basically I'm at this point now where I have the brand going. It's moving. I just hired on my boy Dan Chav. Shout out my boy Dan Chav. Just hired on one of my first guys in the team. I'm in a position now where, sure, I got music videos, sure, I got merch, sure, I got like photos or whatever, just in those aspects. But I haven't really done much more to create a platform for artists. And so like my next venture into what I want to add to my business and what I want to add to Bannana Clip as it should be, because at the end of the day, Bannana Clip is literally like, you got your whole clip, let it all go in life, you know what I mean? Like do the most. It's a crazy clip, crazy life, so do it, So I want to create a better platform for artists, and not just here in this city. I'm trying to do it everywhere. Like my ultimate goal is to have a creative space in every major city that I choose, and to have a production team in those cities to be producing for those cities. As far as like a big goal, and then, but as far as the next these next years, this rest of the year, I should say, I'm expanding towards like interviews and write-ups. I'm going to be coming out with a new series for that, a channel created by Bannana Clip, but it's like more of an umbrella to that. And it's gonna just help put an eye to the people who, I feel personally like don't get shown in the city. I've been in the city long enough to know, a lot of the people here and who's doing what, and they know me, and I've had so many people come to the studio even and just rent out the space. Like this was another big check mark off the list. To providing something to the culture, and it's been a great success. Thank you for everybody who's come to the studio. But like I said, it's just if I feel like certain things aren't getting the light they need, like you, for instance, even doing this is like my first interview. This is like what I mean, like. I've been doing this so long. This is like finally no offense. No, this ain't no offense or disrespect. I'm happy to be here. I'm great. I'm happy. This is great. But this should have been done a long time ago. Not even just by you, just like the city itself. Which is fine. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything like that. Like, I'm a very humble person, but like I put in my work. I put in my time. People know what's going on here, and if that. And I know a lot of people feel the same, and so if that's how it is, if that's how platforms are going to try and be like out here, whether it's just a favorite or just the people they want to push or whatever, cool. But if I feel like it's not, then I need to create that. I need to do that as almost a responsibility, like I'm taking upon myself to do. But it all makes sense to what I am creating. Bannana Clip needs that part of it. I have all these parts, but then I don't got nothing that's consistently pushing out content for people. And what I want to do starting these interviews and write-ups for are not only for artists, not only for creatives, but I want to do them for influencers, business owners, entrepreneurs, anybody in any given city who's making things happen, making shit happen, pushing some noise, or the idea of these is I want to do like a highlighted thing where like people talk about themselves really quickly, but like more so what they've just done recently, like an up to date, kind of like just like quick kind of thing. But like it gives this extra arm almost to the company, because now I'm doing all this other creative stuff, and now it's like creating a platform again. It's like I'm trying to really lift people up, and like I said, I want to do that everywhere. I'm trying to interview wherever I go. I want to interview someone. For the main part, I'm going to get anybody from Denver, that has something going on. I would love to get in as well, things like that. Write-ups, doing some write-ups too. And really just collaborating too. One of the things I want to do as well is start working a little bit more with some other studios and people. I got some things in the work, set to come out. I'll be collaborating with the studio out here pretty soon, so can't really speak too much on it yet. Just want to throw that out there, but I want to help this city, man. And I already feel like the city is gonna support it. So I just gotta keep working for it. I feel like by the end of the year, I'll have a great setup for what I'm talking about.
Nice. I mean, that sounds dope. I look forward to
I gotta have you on here.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
Talk about the Fishscale chat. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. I'm always down. But yeah, that sounds dope. I look forward to seeing what you got in store and to supporting that most definitely. So that's basically about all the questions I have. Is there anything else you want to speak on specifically?
Just if anyone needs a studio, feel free to hit up Bannana Clip Productions. We got new videos rocking out. Like I said, we rent out the space. Anybody needs photography, videography, just feel free to reach out to me and my team. We look forward to helping everybody and anybody.
So yeah, well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.